I'm back. What's good? It's Lil Netty. Let's go. I'm back after 2 years. 2 years. I'm back. Let's go.
Kobe, that boy really tough on his dozy though. I keep a drink, ain't no OVO. I ain't with nothing, just have my portfolio. Really come from a block where they bang bang. I said that Glock with the Glock ain't no goalie, bro. Say you about what you claiming and show me the one that had you gon' die tryna toe to toe. Trench kid, no fuss, gotta.
Yeah, guys, I am back, but just listen. So, these videos, I will be posting 2 days a week, and they are episodes about different topics of basketball and rugby league, NRL. So we'll have like a couple topics of basketball, couple topics of rugby league each episode, and yeah, just stay tuned, guys. 2 episodes a week. Yeah, should be good, and we'll be talking about different topics for both sports. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's go. Right, guys, so we'll be starting off with our first topic. Our first topic will be about basketball. Our first few topics will be about basketball, and then later on in the video I'll be talking about rugby league topics. So yeah, let's get into it. So our first topic we know that Frank Vogel, coach of the Lakers, has been fired. And the topic is, do you think the Lakers will be better off without Frank Vogel? That's a straight up yes. And let me tell you why. First of all, the Lakers have about 5 Hall of Fame players. Carmelo Anthony, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, one of the greatest of all time, Russell Westbrook, top 5 point guard, and that's debatable. You're literally coaching 5 Hall of Fame players, and the best record you can get is 32 wins and 49 losses. It must be a joke. So I don't question the decision of the manager for the Lakers firing Frank Vogel. I don't question it at all. I think it's perfectly fine. And Frank Vogel in the bubble, he did well. Let me tell you why. That was a fluke, okay? Lakers won a championship. And let me tell you why. Because the next season they played very bad. They only made it to the first round of the playoffs, and they lost by the Phoenix Suns. This season they had 5 Hall of Fame players, and they didn't even make it into the play-in. So yeah, it just says why he got fired. That's the whole explanation of why he got fired. Listen, it could be debatable, but honestly, I think the blame of this is Frank Vogel. It's not just the players. Like, obviously, 5 Hall of Fame players are not playing their best except LeBron. But, they're still Hall of Fame players. Last year with Steph Curry and the Warriors, Steve Kerr, he had G League players, and he got them into the play-in tournament. And this guy, Frank Vogel, can't even get 5 Hall of Fame players into the play-in tournament. Come on, it's obviously Frank Vogel's fault. Well, I think we've had enough to hear of Frank Vogel and his Lakers. He's fired. It's finished, okay? It was his fault. But we'll move on to topic number 2. Is this generation of basketball better than the past generation? Listen. You have a lot of players, like you got, Josh Giddey, Jalen Green, Trae Young, John Morant, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Who else you got? You got, you got Cade Cunningham. All these players, I could name all of them, but too long. But the past generation, you have Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem Olajuwon. Those are just players that will, blow you off your mind. And this generation, there's a lot of different types of players. But, they are close to becoming that generation, You have Giannis, he's becoming like Shaq. like he's just a Greek freak. And you know, you also have LaMelo, you also have Trae Young, who's now becoming like Steph Curry. Is like, you know, these players are becoming like, they're becoming better and better. But I don't think that this generation will beat the past generation, because you have just like too many GOATs in that generation. Like, you just have so many, and all the teams, they weren't like all bad. You feel me? Like, they all had good records, you know, like. But yeah, I think the past generation obviously better, but the new generation, just wait for it. They're coming. Third topic, we have the play-in tournament coming up. I am pumped for that. Boy, I am keen. But yeah, we'll move on to the third topic. Who will pass and fail in the play-in tournament? Okay, listen. We have a lot of good matchups coming. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Brooklyn Nets, the Pelicans versus the San Antonio Spurs, the Clippers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm excited for that one. That'll be just, you know, lights, fire. And the other one will be the Charlotte Hornets versus the Atlanta Hawks. So yeah, I'll give a few tips. Start off with the first one, Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Brooklyn Nets. I think Cleveland they'll just get away with the win. I think KD and the Nets, they aren't doing too well this year. I feel like KD is just carrying them to victory. And Kyrie's been doing great this season as well. Absolutely amazing. But I think the Cleveland Cavaliers will be just a little bit too strong for the Brooklyn Nets, and I think they'll get the job done and go to the playoffs to versus the Celtics in round 1 of the playoffs. And the second game, we have the Charlotte Hornets versus the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young, what a player, just amazing, you know. I think Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks will take it by a big victory. I think the Charlotte Hornets, they've been doing all right this year, you know, props to them. But I don't think they could get the job done. I think the Atlanta Hawks will be too strong for them. You have Trae Young, you know, he's just a great player. And like I said in topic number 2, the new generation's coming, and Trae Young's part of that new generation. So yeah, you know, yeah, I think the Atlanta Hawks will be too strong for the Charlotte Hornets. And the third game we have is the Clippers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, and this is a tough one. Listen, you got Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. They're balling out this season. I'm telling you that. Cat scored 60 this season. Anthony Edwards scored 49. Just, you know, they're both having excellent seasons. Just great seasons, you know. They're on fire. But poor PG is back, PG-13. I think he could probably get the job done for the Clippers. And yeah, maybe Kawhi will be back for the playoffs. You never know. You know, he's starting to get back on the court. But yeah, I think I see the Clippers winning that one. And yeah, I think Clippers will just get the win. And you know, PG will probably ball out. But yeah, like I said, the Minnesota Timberwolves they've been doing great this year. But yeah. And last game will be the San Antonio Spurs versus the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans, honestly, Willie Green, what a great coach, you know. They were 0-4, I think, 1-4 to start the season, and like they just came back ever since that CJ McCollum trade. And to the New Orleans Pelicans coach, I give him my full respect, honestly, because like they were literally almost last on the ladder, and they came back up, and now they're in the play-in tournament, and that's incredible. And also to the San Antonio Spurs, you know, DeJounte Murray having a great season with the Spurs, was picked for the All-Star game. But yeah, I think the Pelicans will just take it. They'll be a bit too powerful for the Spurs. But honestly, both teams, props to them, came from a long way this season. They weren't doing their best to start, but they made it. They made it to the play-in tournament, and, that's all that matters for them. And I think whoever loses that game, just props to both of them. Yeah. But yeah, it should be a good couple of games for the play-in tournament. Right, guys, so we'll move on to our fourth topic already. So now there's a big question, honestly. Who will win the championship this year? Listen, honestly, I got a lot of teams in it to win it. And let me tell you my list. At number 1, I have the Golden State Warriors. At number 2, I have the Phoenix Suns. Number 3, I have the Bucks. And at number 4, I have the Boston Celtics. Let me tell you why the Boston Celtics are there. Boston Celtics, ever since Christmas, they've only lost about 8 games. That's it. And their record has just been going up. And I would say they're the best defensive team. They became the best defensive team. And, I think they deserve to be up there because, they just came back from a really long way. And with a new coach as well, it's a big job to get used to him as well. But yeah, honestly, props to the Boston Celtics. I think they could be champs this year, maybe. But at number 1, I have the Golden State Warriors because I got Steph coming back with Clay and Draymond. It's over for the league, I'm telling you. Number 2, the Phoenix Suns. Oh, what a year they've had, eh? They keep working hard, and they also have a lot of chemistry together as well, So, yeah, I think that's why I would put them at my number 2 as well. And number 3, the defending champs. You have Bucks, the Giannis and the Bucks. Just a good team in general, And Giannis, MVP, could be the MVP this year. But, yeah, honestly, he's been amazing, and, putting this Bucks team on his back with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. So, honestly, I think the Bucks could also take it and defend their title. But, yeah, I have a couple of teams in it to win it, but like I said, for my number 1, I have the Golden State Warriors. Telling you right now, the league's over. All right, guys, topic number 5. Let's go. Is Russ better off with another team? Okay, before I start talking, of course he is. Yes, without a doubt, no debate. Now, if anyone has a question about it, please say in the comments. I will explain it right now, okay? Listen. Why do you think Russ was very good in OKC? Let me think. Oh, yeah, because he was playing his own game, and he was with PG, who was a role player to Russ. Okay? And that's what you need in these Hall of Fame players. Not just with Russ, you need that with Carmelo. You see, in Carmelo and Knicks, 62 points. Because he was by himself, he didn't have any other Hall of Fame players with him. But you have Anthony Davis and LeBron. You see, to LeBron, Anthony Davis is like a role player to him. Alright? Anthony Davis, he still is a Hall of Fame player, trust me. But LeBron, he finds Anthony Davis a good duo because he's like a role player to him, all right? And that's the same with Russ. Russ, he did that with PG. And also Harden and Bradley Beal. You see, Russ doesn't work well with four other Hall of Fame players. You need him to play his own game, like he did in OKC, and even Washington and Houston. You need him to play his own game, not be with other Hall of Fame players that are just balling out. Otherwise, he does nothing. He's just there. He's just standing and doing nothing. That's why he was so good in OKC. Had 52 points, career high in OKC. Just, you can't question that at all. And he averaged triple doubles. I wonder why. Yeah, because he was playing his own game. And that's what you need with these Hall of Fame players. Not just Russ. You need that with Carmelo as well. You know what I mean? And, another example is Steph Curry. He plays well. He's good with Clay. Clay's like a role player to him. And Draymond as well. You see, Russ, of course, needs another team, without a doubt. And a team that, would be good for him would be the Indiana Pacers, They have no other Hall of Fame players, or even the Charlotte Hornets. I heard they're investing in him. They're looking for him. MJ wants him. But you could see Russ in another team where he could play his own game and do his thing. Not with other Hall of Fame players and they're doing their thing instead of Russ doing his thing. That's what you need to do with Russ. He needs another team. That's the whole explanation. Alright guys, we're moving on to our sixth and final topic for basketball. Who is the MVP of this season and why? Alright, I'll put a list right now. You have candidates. You have Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. Alright. Listen, at number 3, I would put Joel Embiid. He's just come a long way. He started playing basketball at the age of 16. It's crazy. He played sports, other sports before that, like volleyball, soccer, and he's come from a long way, just a kid from France, and he's becoming, and now he's an MVP candidate, top 3, and I put him at my number 3, and he could possibly be, one of the greatest, probably one of the greatest, probably top 10 center all time, and at my number 2, I'm putting the Greek Freak, always having a good season, 2-time MVP. Man, he's just been doing good, and only at the age of 26, it's crazy. He came a long way as well, just like Embiid. He's just a kid from Greece, with his brothers, and obviously, and he's just come from a long way, playing basketball now, and he's a 2-time MVP and also one Defensive Player of the Year, and now an MVP candidate, and he could possibly be a 3-time MVP. It's honestly crazy, and I think that, he's at my number 2, and he could also win it this year, And at my number 1, I'm putting Jokic. It's crazy because, Jokic has just an amazing passing ability for a center. It's like for a big man. I think he's the greatest passing big man of all time. And he's possibly a top 5 center of all time. I would put him there, honestly. It's debatable, but I would honestly put him there because he's been doing some freakish stuff this year. Without Jamal Murray in the lineup, he's been putting the team on his back, just like Joel Embiid and Giannis. All those 3, they've just had amazing seasons, and I think the MVP could go either way. But I'm putting Jokic at my number 1. Just what a freakish season he's had. But honestly, it could go either way. And I think props to all of these players. They've had such a great season, a tremendous season, But yeah, honestly, it could go either way. But I put Jokic as my number 1. Alright, guys. So we are in topic number 1 for Rugby League. Alright, so we only have 2 topics for Rugby League. But yeah, topic number 1 for Rugby League. Do the Bulldogs still have a chance to get in the top 8? I don't know. I really don't. You see, all I can say is that the Bulldogs, with all these star players, they've been disappointing. They've been disappointing, and I think I'm a Bulldog supporter as well, and I'm saying this. I think we need to get that chemistry in, and it'll take time. It might take 2 years, 3 years. You never know, honestly. But I think it'll take time to get chemistry with them, and I think that's what they need to work well together. Like you can see at Okar, they need to create space for him, and even all these players, you just need to use them well. And I think the things that the Bulldogs need, and if they want to make the 8, is chemistry. You know, just connect with each other, and you know, just keep working hard, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get in the top 8 this year, but I think the Bulldogs just need to put some more work in. You know, especially with all these star players, you need to do better. But I think the Bulldogs they just need chemistry. You know, I think that's all they need. But yeah, just disappointing season for them so far. But hopefully we can be better and work more harder. So yeah, let's go Bulldogs. Alright guys, so topic number 2, the last topic for the video, and it's Rugby League. Quick tips for round 6. Alright, first game, Raiders v Cowboys. I got the Raiders winning 30-16. I think Raiders will be too strong at home. Second game, Bulldogs versus Rabbitohs. I think the Bulldogs will take it. I reckon we can cause an upset. I think the score will be 14-12. The third game, we have the Panthers versus Broncos. It will be a smashing. It's not going to be nice. I think Panthers will win 44-6. Next game is Seagulls versus Titans. I got the Titans winning 26-14. Without Trebojevic, I think the Seagulls are hopeless. Storm versus Sharks. It's a good game, but I'm tipping the Storm. I think they'll win 20-16. Next game is the Roosters versus the Warriors. I got the Warriors winning 24-12. I think Warriors doing pretty good this season. Didn't start off very well, but you know, I reckon Warriors will get it. Next game is the Dragons v the Knights. I think Knights will take it 18-8. You know, Knights started off well, been doing pretty horrible lately, but I think they'll take it against the trash Dragons. Next game is the Eels v Tigers. I think the Eels will win. Tigers are crap, absolutely hopeless. I think the Eels will win 36-16. That's my tips for round 6. Well guys, this video is coming to an end, but I'm glad to be back on YouTube, and more episodes will be coming in 2 days. Yeah, it should be good, you know. But yeah, excited to post daily. So yeah, I will be posting two days a week, 2 episodes a week, and yeah, it should be good. I hope you guys enjoyed my return to YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hope you guys liked it. Peace out. I don't wanna lose.